We see an instantaneous healing that goes on with a person. Like, there's the Parkinson's, now it's gone. There's the eczema, now it's gone. There's the stage 4 cancer, now it's gone. There's the muscular dystrophy, now it's gone. There's a spinal cord injury, now it's gone. There's the blindness, now it's gone. There's an upgrade that takes place. So that's instantaneous. And we see that more and more these days. It's an event. It's a moment. It's an inner event that is changing a person's biology. And if all disease is a lowering of frequency, I believe, and an incoherent pattern, this coherent energy is literally lifting the body with light, right? And so we see an automatic, instantaneous upgrade. But don't forget, they're showing up every day for 8 months or 13 months or a year or 2 years. They're not missing a day, because if they missed a day, then they wouldn't believe that they're the creator of their life. So according to the language specialist, the person who has that big gamma moment, their description of the experience is the number one thing that they speak about is what they felt. I've had people on the stage describe their experience, and they're weeping, and there's the most incredible experience of their life. And I'm like, will you please tell the audience, oh yeah, I was blind, now I can see. Yeah, like the upgrade wasn't as profound as the experience that they had. Wow. And so the disease, it exists in that person. I'm not that person, I'm someone else. And there's a sense of temporality that we see in the language as well. The language says, like, I'm here as this person, and I'm not the same person. It hasn't been the same person. I've been changing all along, and that was somebody else. The disease exists in that unhappy person.
That's interesting. From the person that was living in lack, suffering, disease, they're not identifying as that person anymore.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. They put in their time to break down that unlearning of that 95%. They had to stop thinking one way and start thinking another way. That's not easy, especially if you're hardwired to think a certain way. You gotta come up against yourself. They have to stop acting one way and start acting another way. Break the habit of their old self and reinvent a new self. And the 95% is the overcoming process. And we discovered that the overcoming process is actually the becoming process. And that is the work, right? That's why it's so important for people to come up against themselves at our immersive experience. In the 7-day events, I want people to come right up against those programs, because they're never going to face off with them unless they're just sitting there. They have to decide, do I really want to believe this any longer? Do I really want to feel this? Do I really want to hold on to this memory? Do I really want to complain anymore if I want to be happy? I'm never going to be happy if I'm complaining. Complaining makes me unhappy, right? The opportunities are endless if you're really getting good at dialing into information. So it is the mystery of the unseen. It's the mystery. If the probability that we're perceiving the truth of reality is zero. It's zero. That's the mathematics. In other words, our brains are wired to filter out anything that's not material. We're basically seeing the wavelength, the small frequency band of visible light, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, that small bandwidth. That frequency is bouncing off the most stable form of energy called matter, and it's fooling us into this illusion separation. That's a very small percentage of reality. That's less than 1% of reality. Wow. So then put less of your attention on the material and more of attention on the immaterial. Disinvest all of your attention out of 3-dimensional reality and teach people that that field is real. Have them feel it. Have them experience it. Have them relax into it. Have them fall in love with it. Have them pay attention to it. Stay aware of it. Become more of it and less of them. Somehow that's reflected in their biology. There's dramatic changes that take place. So I really don't care what people think anymore. Like the reason I can say that is because I know with certainty that I'm contributing to people's lives. I know that. I've seen the stage testimonials that are unbelievable. I've seen the data in science, the scientific discoveries that we're making, what we're publishing. I mean, we are greater than we think. And I know that because the data is greater than we think. And we're studying people. We're studying our community. We're not studying Buddhist monks or we're not studying nuns with 40 years of devotion, we're in a monastery. We're studying human beings just like you and me. And so when I realized, my God, like, I really don't care what people think because I know on a deep level that I'm making a difference in people's lives. And when the science started coming out, I was just like, oh my God, this is no longer pseudoscience. We have the largest database in the world on meditation. We have so much information. We measure everything, brains, EEGs, fMRIs, we measure heart, coherence, we measure HRV, we measure blood, we measure urine, we measure tears, we measure microbiome, we measure saliva, we measure breath, we measure breast milk. Anything you can imagine, we measure. We measure the energy of the room. And we have never been disappointed with the outcomes. It's always greater than we think. So when I kind of thought about it, and I thought, well, I really don't care anymore. I know that I'm making a difference. Those people are probably not going to like me anyway, so let them judge me, right? But I know that if this resonates with people, they give them a formula for change and understand that when I change, my life changes. And I've interviewed enough people that have had remarkable remissions from all kinds of chronic health conditions that have blown my mind. And they were not doing their meditations to heal. They were doing their meditations to change. And they understood that when I change, I heal.